good? I think we're good. I see the mics jumping up and down. All right. Episode number 30. Bo's over here getting the other laptop situated so he can see the comp. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, and we're all in a good mood, especially Bo. Bo was most excited about Daytona week, I think, more than any of us.
100%.
100%.
It's the best week of the year.
Is it? I agree. It's one of my favorite.
At least it's the start of the best week of the year, anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Chili Bowl to me is the start of it.
NASCAR season means more to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
36 weeks of racing, man.
What about you, Brad? When do you consider it the beginning of the year?
Florida's, but I consider the dirt part of it Florida, kicking it off.
Yeah.
And going all the way through the Florida Speed Weeks. Like the late models and stuff are still there till March, I believe, or the Outlaws will even be there in March too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think when the dirt stuff gets kicked off, that's when it gets rolling pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Which I mean, used to when I was a kid, it was always Daytona week, but I also didn't know nothing about the dirt stuff at the time. So, so I don't know. I go back and forth. But
shoot, when I was a kid, it didn't matter. I mean, I knew what the Daytona 500 was, but we didn't really watch it in my house.
Yeah, you had to watch it by yourself, didn't you?
Watch it by myself.
Jeff Phillips wouldn't watch it with you.
If I could watch it, somebody else might have been wanting to watch something else that day.
Yeah. We didn't have iPhones and anything to watch it on our couches. We had to watch what was on TV.
Had a TV that my parents got when they were married. They were married, I think, in 93, 92, 93, something like that. And then I was probably 10 or 12 years old when that TV finally expired. Had to go up and turn the knob to change the channels. Yeah.
My favorite days were TiVo days. You remember when
I never had TiVo?
Yeah, you had to go fast forward. Yeah.
We were poor.
Well,
no, we didn't really watch a lot of TV. I mean, other than like major sport events, aside from the Daytona 500, we didn't really watch much TV.
Well, I remember one of mine and Dad's favorite shows when I was little. We watched Pink's All Out. I loved that show. And This Week in NASCAR. We watched a lot of the same stuff, so I never had to worry about it.
I can't believe you never saw the Madhouse, the Bowman Gray show.
Nope.
I looked that up, and
it's so awesome.
I looked that up and watched it on YouTube. Some of it on YouTube.
It's a great show.
Poor quality on YouTube, but I don't know how I used to go to my grandparents' house, and they did have cable. They always had cable growing up, so that's where I would watch my Pinks or whatever car, American Choppers. I don't think my mom wanted me to watch
American Chopper.
I don't think my mom wanted me watching American Choppers all the time with all, everything that went on in that one. But I love that show.
I can remember watching Pimp My Ride.
Pimp My Ride, yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. If Mom knew we were watching MTV. It's just Pimp My Ride, Mom. Do you even know what pimp means? Like 7. No.
I just know they make the cars look cool afterwards. Yeah. That's all I know. And we used to love watching that stuff, but you don't see that anymore.
No, it's gone.
Where was I at the other day?
TV's not even a channel.
We're watching Gas Monkey at my house.
That's it.
After
Gas Monkey was I watched all those too. I liked Gas Monkey.
Yeah, that's right.
It came on
after the truck race.
After the truck race Friday night. We watched a little bit of it, and
I was telling you, I was like, man, this episode is old. I remember watching this when I was living at home.
Yep.
A long time ago.
They don't make them anymore. We used to have Motor Mondays on Discovery where it would be all TV. I don't even know why I know that.
I went back and listened to a podcast. Logan Hanks, my cousin, he's got a podcast called Talk Dirt to Me. And I was listening to it. He had Clay Millican on. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I just went back to listen to it. And he was talking about that show that they had done. And they were taking like kids from high school or whatever. They'd go build them a car and go race it and stuff. And I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. I do remember watching that, but they canceled it, and they said it was one of their better shows, and they still canceled it.
Yeah, if you're not on, I think PowerTube TV, or it used to be Power TV, is now PowerTube TV or something like that. It's on YouTube, and they're bringing back. I noticed. I think I told you about this Friday night. The Pinks 2.0.
Yeah.
Which is Pinks again, but it's. I don't know. I haven't watched all the way through. I'm not gonna comment on my opinion yet because I feel like I need to watch it all the way through. I didn't really love the first episode, but I'll give it a fair shake.
Yeah. Well, before we get into any topics, I got in trouble last week because I didn't ask you what you did over the weekend. Is there anything we need to cover?
Oh no, actually, My wife let me watch NASCAR. Like I watch NASCAR.
Oh, that's the
And
reason you can't watch
she
NASCAR.
said, "You don't even watch NASCAR. Why do you want to watch this?" I said, "Well, I got to know what to talk about on the podcast. It's going to be
It's
going to be heavy on that." I didn't see any of the Xfinity race, but I saw the truck and all the 500.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any of the Xfinity.
You watched the whole race. That's probably the first full race you've watched.
Yes,
in 20 years.
I can kind of like we'll get into it when if we talk about Coffee with Kenny. I can kind of relate to some of the stuff he said because of how I was watching it. So we'll get into all that. But yeah, I did. I was a full weekend of NASCAR and USAC was pretty much what my weekend was. And Screaming Baby was also
Screaming Baby.
Yeah, Screaming Baby was part of it.
That's always fun. That is always fun.
What did you get into over the weekend?
What did I get into over the weekend? Lots of fun stuff. You and I watched the truck race Friday night.
Yep, that was a highlight of the weekend for me. I shouldn't have said that. Valentine's Day was.
It's all right.
I got a funny story about that too.
Yeah, I do too. So we went over to Bo's house Friday night, watched the truck race, and it's kind of funny. All the stars, you know, that they talked about weren't even around for the end.
Yeah,
they were all wrecked out. Cletus
finish.
I'd kind of like to get into the Cletus thing. Like, I want to know your opinion on Cletus, and you know, he wrecks out on lap 6. Inexperienced. A lot of people don't think he belongs. I've got opinions on all that. But where do you stand on Cletus and him getting?
Is that we're just jumping right into that? That's gonna be the first topic.
Now you gonna ask me what I did this weekend?
What did you do this weekend? I'm
was gonna tell you about my driving experience this weekend.
Driving experience.
I had a driving moment. I didn't tell you about that.
No, that's why I didn't think about it.
Well, look, let me tell you about.
I talk to you literally every day. I didn't know you had anything. I didn't know you had anything happen.
Let me tell you what happened. So, I was tasked on, as the man in my relationship with my wife, I've got to be, top-notch driver. That's what I pride myself on. So Saturday night we go to Memphis and we fool around down there, acting like
Somebody
a Valentine's
said I'm barely
date.
in the screen. Scoot over just a little bit. I got the camera. Anyway, sorry.
We were acting like a Valentine's date. It didn't turn into much of one because people are ignorant, but we won't get into that either. But anyway, on the way home, it's late. It's raining. It's nasty. We're heading down Highway 14 and down in there with all that construction. If you're local to where we're at, you know about the construction on 14. They got half the road bricked off where you can't,
it's been that way for 20 years.
It's been that way for a long time. And we're going down through there, and I noticed the car coming to me starts to wander over in my lane.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, all right, start to slow down a little bit. It's raining. I'm not going real fast anyway, but start easing off, and this car keeps on coming. And I don't know what it was. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or anything, but something told me just to get on it and get on the wall and get out of there. And I got on it. I snugged up on the wall. My tires all scraped because it was rubbing on the concrete. Thankfully, it didn't tear my wheels up. But I'm running down 14, and that dude, I mean, I braced, pulled my leg over, pulled my shoulder over. Like, I thought we were finna get smoked. And I don't know how we got past that guy, but we did. And I look back, I wouldn't be surprised if he bounced off the wall. I mean, like, he came all the way over.
Was he asleep?
I don't know.
Probably was Christy Curtin.
Why you
think about that?
Why are you throwing names out there like that?
Golly.
We purposefully didn't bring that name up. And there you are, just gonna throw it out there just like that.
I'm just saying, she saw it was Bo. She was like, "All right, let's see."
I do have a video. I do have a video of her turning into the wall. I know she's good at it, so that probably was her. No, I don't know. We were down there, and I mean,
we've got plenty of time for women drivers again on this episode. So
we do. We can get into that too.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start out with Cletus.
I was gonna say,
let's do it.
Is it okay? I was just gonna go Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, I mean, we start with
we should probably go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, there's a little bit of talking to do about if you want to do it by day and you don't want to get right into NASCAR.
I mean,
they had the World Series of Asphalt all week.
Oh, I definitely know nothing about that.
I actually don't either, to be honest. Not much, anyway.
Well,
I saw the ending of the asphalt sprint car race. That was pretty cool.
I missed that one.
Really?
Yeah, I missed that one.
Man, them things fly around that little big place.
Sure.
I mean, they haul the mail around that little place, which I know a dirt sprint car. I mean, we fly too, but you put some asphalt underneath it, and man, they really move.
Well, I mentioned last week Jade was making a show out of it, doing pretty good. She ended up taking second for the week in the super lates.
Yeah,
so pretty good. I think it's like 21-point differential, which we're not going to go into scoring or anything like that. But it wasn't that she was not that far off the lead.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
pretty good. She did pretty good. I'm usually not a fan of women
I
drivers,
was gonna
but
say. So before we start
I'll be
trashing the
watching
female
them.
drivers, we need to give praise to the good ones.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely give praise to the good ones. I was impressed.
Yeah.
She could really drive that car.
She's very quiet.
She
She's
is.
not out there
Very
posting.
humble.
She's not posting pictures of herself in a bikini. She ain't doing nothing stupid. She
Hallelujah.
Very
just
modest.
she's very modest. She's focused. You wouldn't. I mean, she's good.
Yep.
She really is good. She belongs.
Yep. I didn't pay any attention to the modified racing going on or anything. So I'm at Friday now again.
Well, Greg said Perky wants to know about Volusia. What do we know about
He
Volusia?
wants to. That's mostly he wants to talk about know about the late models, and I watched it, but I couldn't tell you anything. Just
See, I didn't watch it at all.
I watched it, but I'm just
I'll be
not.
honest.
The only thing I know about
I can't watch late model
the only
race.
thing I
can't
even know
stand
about
dirt
USAC
late
is
model.
whatever Chase Howard posted. That's the only and the
only-
crazy
thing
wrecks
about-
I saw.
Yeah, the
Dude,
thing
the
about
wrecks were nuts.
Volusia is so like in past years, the World of Outlaws late models and Lucas Oil have ran like maybe 4 or 5 months into the season before they split off. Like the teams they'll get tow money from the Outlaws, but then once it comes time to make a decision, they have to decide which way they want to go. Then they'll decide but they like get tow money from each series up until that point. So they kind of sign on with both. Well, this year is the first time they're splitting off in Florida. Like this weekend, Outlaws will be at Hendry County in Clewiston, and the Lucas Oil will be at Alltech in Northern Florida. So this will be the first time they've split off this soon. So guys are having to decide now which way they want to go. And so Nick Hoffman, he's always ran World of Outlaws, but they're all there. They were all there for Volusia this last week. All of them, Lucas Oil guys, Outlaw guys, and Nick Hoffman. I think he won 3 features throughout the week. He's the point leader right now, which is a little bit surprising because usually going anywhere, it's Bobby Pierce is usually the guy leading it all. Right now, Nick Hoffman has kind of set the tone early, which sort of like the World of Outlaws having their tight points battle leaving Florida. They got the same deal with the World of Outlaw late models right now. Kind of makes that something to watch if you wanted to get interested in the late models, is the potential battle between Hoffman and Bobby Pierce throughout the year now, because I think he left with like a 15-point lead or something like that. But that's a big storyline with late models. It's the first year they're splitting off this early, so guys had to decide which way they want to go. They can't just kind of milk both for the next 4 months. And so, yeah, there'll be a storyline to watch in the late model world. Will be Nick Hoffman can put it together and
keep together. Sounds like
win a
you got it put
championship.
together pretty good so far.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was rolling at Volusia. And it's just Bobby Pierce is, I wouldn't say, because he is good at Eldor, but he's better on the shorter tracks most of the time. And Nick Hoffman's pretty smooth, and Volusia's big. So I think when they get to some smaller tracks, you'll see what Nick Hoffman, if he can really contend with Bobby Pierce for the Outlaw Championship. That's what it'll come down to, is the smaller tracks with that deal. So, but yeah, that's about all I really know about the late model thing myself.
See, and
so.
I don't know
See,
the first.
I
I don't know the
can't-
first thing.
Like I said,
This was every night this week.
Yeah, they started Monday.
Yeah.
They did like Monday through Wednesday was the dirt car late models, which is everybody was still there, but they ran for the big trophy from Monday to Wednesday, which they accumulate points, get the big gator. And I think Thursday through Saturday was World of Outlaw points events for that deal. So yeah, they ran all week down there.
Yeah. Well, I just don't. I hardly ever seem to turn the TV on, like turn a race on. When I'm at home at night, even because I'm doing something, but even if I do, I'll turn it on my phone and try to listen to it. But heck, I half catch what even happens. So it's hard for me to pay attention. I usually end up having to go back and watch like some recaps or something.
I'd rather watch a mod feature than a late model feature on dirt on the screen on TV. I mean, in person racing's racing.
So that's when I went. I kind of got into it about the COVID era because they were one of the first ones to come back was late models.
Yeah.
But then maybe 2022, we did the World of Outlaw race with at Talladega. They were running 50,000. USCS was there as like support. So that was like the first time I really saw the big ones in person, and then I really started paying attention and liking it a lot more when I actually went to one of them. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah.
So
well, I need to give it more of a chance because just like last year, I think we talked a little bit about it before, but when you and I went to Iowa for your bachelor party, Man, that was some good race,
Oh,
real
yeah.
good race. What's the
Yeah.
name of that racetrack?
Marshalltown.
Marshalltown.
Yeah, best track.
Yeah,
Probably top 5 track in the country. In my
I just
opinion.
remember going there. I thought, I can't believe I'm going to watch this thing because I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to Saturday, watch the sprint cars, you know. And man, we go watch Marshalltown, watching late models, mods, stock car. The stock cars,
Every one
were
of them was
awesome.
good. Yeah.
Every one of them was
Why are you so
amazing.
surprised?
Because
Yeah,
it ain't
really.
like it ain't. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't the same up there as it is down here. Like watching them cars go 5 and 6 wide, trying to go by each other, man. Oh, it was
good.
entertaining.
And like the fans were all into it.
Man,
Like,
yeah,
it was
packed.
good.
Place was packed, and I was a little more bought in after that. I guess I'm not bought in enough that I'm still not watching it, but I at least quit hating on it after that because it was definitely a lot more entertaining than the Knoxville race the next night.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the sprint cars over there, they on a weekly show, they just kind of get strung out, especially if the track's any kind of good. They just get strung out, and
the energy wasn't the same because like the crowd and stuff was just like the energy of Marshalltown was a standing room only.
Yeah.
And Knoxville is kind of 3/4, maybe not even less than half full, really. I mean, once you think about capacity, it was just not the same environment. You know, it was tuning up for Knoxville, but still the people weren't there.
Yeah, the stands were so full we couldn't sit down. We had to stand. We had to stand on like the steps up there by the rails and just stand there to watch the whole thing. But I mean, it was great.
Oh, shoot, that would have been fun.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. It really was. I would go back.
Every class did a 4 wide salute as well that come out there. And so like everybody take their hats off and we're shaking them, and like the stock cars, everybody they'd come by and they would kick it in neutral. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And they're rolling by you. Like, it was just cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Pretty cool.
Well, that's all we know about the late models and modifieds.
We just went off into a big time rant right there. A big off topic there.
It's fine.
But yeah,
back to Friday night.
Cletus
McFarland. I was gonna say, are we actually gonna go into that now?
Yeah, Cletus. So Cletus, I haven't liked him in the past, and I really didn't care for him in the truck race. It's like, because he just comes out and he says the silly stuff. And I get that's part of his whole shtick and things like that. And
do you think it's the act, or do you think it's actually him though?
I mean, he probably is a funny guy, but you know,
I think he puts a little more emphasis on
he puts he juices it up a lot. You know, if he would just kind of be himself and be funny, that'd be cool. But when you can tell he's like thinking about, I gotta say something funny right here. It's not just flowing out.
Was
natural.
he thinking about it, or was he thinking like Austin Hill after his post race on? I don't know if y'all watch. I know Brandon doesn't like Austin Hill. Austin Hill sat there in his post-race on the side of the track and in his post-race interview and sat back and recounted moments, exact numbers, exact everything of what happened behind him on the racetrack. And he basically said, this is, I mean, there were several instances he talked about, but he was naming individual cars like he knew exactly what was going on and he was able to recall it in his mind's eye. You don't think Cletus was doing that? You don't think he was sitting there evaluating or looking at his screen and being like,
"Oh yeah, much to evaluate."
Well, I mean,
he didn't have but 6 laps.
He just gets out and he's like, remember when he crashed at the Arcadale the last year, and he was like, "I was just out there ripping around like a bald eagle," and everybody's like, "Oh, this is hilarious," and I was just like, it doesn't feel natural to me. And so that was kind of my thing. And he got out and said something about should have zigged, or maybe not when I zagged, or I did something. I did something. It's a saying, and I can't remember what it is right now. But he said
zigged when I should have zagged.
Something. He did one of those things. But he said that, and I was like, man, it don't even feel natural. And so I was kind of like hating on him and stuff. But then I did see Tanner Holmes put out a video today talking about all the hate, like why all the hate for basically because he's an internet guy and he has this following, which Tanner Holmes gets the same type of rap as well. So he can understand. And so he was talking about that. Why does he get so much hate? And he started talking about all the eyes that it brings. So it got me thinking. I was like, well, I did flip over to his YouTube live stream while the ARCA race was going on. And he had 55,000 people watching at the time when I was watching it. So that made me start thinking. I was like, that is a lot of eyes coming to racing. So it kind of made me change my opinion on it. It's like, he does bring a lot of people. I just wish it was a little more authentic, I guess, when he does talk.
I think if you go watch his content, I mean, you got to understand.
His content's goofy too.
These guys are putting out videos every single day. They have cameras rolling every single day. At that point, either you take on a personality and you live it, or you are just who you are. And I think, I mean, with the amount of content he puts out, I don't watch everything they do, but I think he's a pretty legitimate guy. I think he's just out there. I think this means a
hard
lot
to
to
say.
him. I think he.
Oh, I think he did.
I think he's going to bring out the we'll crack some jokes here and there that may not hit with all of his audience. But the point is this week, 5.5 million people are going to be on his YouTube channel watching his video about how he messed up. I didn't even watch all of his stuff today about his video. He released a video today about his truck race, and that was the worst mistake he's ever made, which it really wasn't. The cars, his truck was loose. I mean, they were talking about his truck being loose at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
And then he got a little loose, and he didn't wreck the field. I think he did pretty deadgum good at Carson Hocevar wrecked 4 times in the truck race and took out cars every single time.
Yeah.
And then he wrecked 3 times in the
Xfinity
race. And then he wrecked twice in the Cup race. So I mean,
but he was still leading at the white flag. Just so you know.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And the only difference there is when Carson Hocevar just didn't hit a wall.
Yeah.
He kept it off the wall.
Yeah.
But he took out cars to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't get the hate. I do. But the other part of that is, who's sponsoring? Well, not his truck ride, but who sponsors his ARCA ride? Cletus does. Cletus's company sponsors his ARCA ride.
Yeah. So
it's like this dude's out here as close to blue collar racing as you can get right now, more than likely. I mean, obviously, when you're bringing that kind of exposure, Black Rifle's going to hop on.
Yeah.
I don't even remember his other sponsor right now, but
yeah. Well, my thing with Cletus is I kind of understand the frustration. Like, I like Cletus. I watch his content. He's the reason there's a NASCAR that you went with me to pick up, because he had the Dale truck and made it street legal. And I thought, man, that would be fun to do. And I found a 97 NASCAR Winston Cup car last year. When was that? That was probably late 2024.
Yeah. Maybe late 2024.
It was pretty late in 2024. And I'm a sucker for like the late 90s NASCAR stuff, like the Monte Carlo. And I found one cheap, and a guy was gonna trash it. And I thought, man, how much do you want for it? And he told me. I said, shoot, where you at? I'll come get it. So we went and loaded up and brought it home. And I thought someday I'd like to make that street legal, just because that's you don't see that very often. It's not common. Now, I haven't touched it since we brought it home, but I also don't have the money to do that right now. But I don't ever see those cars. So I thought, well, I'd like to have this one now. And if I do decide, it's not like it cost me much money. You know, so thought, well, I'd like to have it just in case. But it's because of Cletus. That was when I started watching Cletus. Was when I saw the Dale truck, and I like his content. We talk about the Freedom Factory all the time. I mean, I think he's doing a lot of good things. But what is kind of frustrating is he has no oval track experience. Dude can drive, but it's just a different, as you know, it's a different kind of talent. It's a different kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Are you talking about oval track, or are you just talking about super speedway?
Oval track in general.
See, because he performs well on oval track stuff.
Well, not at these speeds, not in these cars. Like, it's a different kind of dadgummit. What am I trying to say?
Well, he does in the ARCA series.
It's a different kind of discipline.
Yeah, discipline. Yeah, he did okay in ARCA series, but like at Bristol, how many laps did he go down? He was probably second or two off the pace, and he's still learning. He's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, that was his second race.
But what's frustrating is that this guy is just jumping up the ladder already, and there's guys that that deserve the seat.
This guy is paying for his seat,
right?
So,
but that's the problem. We've talked about that a bunch of times.
You have just as much opportunity to go make the same money he's making,
right?
So it's not really. I'm not gonna put that argument on Cletus, because I'm not gonna put that argument on him, because he's working his butt off to do something, and he's using it to fund it. He's using connections, but we all use our connections.
Well, he's playing the game correctly.
Right, he's
doing everything.
But I don't think. Look, Minnie Tyrell just worked his way into a seat off of skill, and determination, and he didn't qualify as good as Cletus, and he didn't run his ARCA car as good as Cletus this weekend.
What'd you see in the pit crew?
In the Ram Relay.
Yep, and his Ram Relay.
Did you see Minnie Tyrell's ARCA crew?
I did.
Has it got the little guy on there? Pretty sure it's got the little guy. I didn't see that clip.
I
Uh-uh.
didn't
The
see
little-
that,
The little black guy running
No.
around trying to change the tire.
No.
Yeah.
I did not see
Where's
that.
that?
Yeah.
I saw his
trying to
clip, but I
find
don't.
it.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah. It's like
remember seeing
this
that.
mini Terrell. And he's got this little bitty black guy. And he's just running around trying to get the tire off and stuff.
What? We got to find that. I
Yeah.
want to see that.
Either way, point I was making is
I can't believe you didn't say anything about the Reverlay. I was trying to purposely
Oh.
throw that in there, and you didn't say anything.
we're avoiding that one.
Oh, come on.
You're gonna get banned from the
I
podcast. You're
thought
lucky
it
you're
was
even on
funny.
tonight.
I thought it was pretty
It
funny.
was okay.
Yeah.
You're supposed
But
to be
anyway,
suspended.
It sounds like Scooby Doo trying to say Chevrolet. Reggie.
Pretty good. That is funny.
I thought it was good.
That is
Anyway,
pretty good
I
right
shared a
there.
post. It was Mini Tyrell spinning in the race at Daytona the other night, and I shared it on Facebook, and I said
People
something
probably
about
don't
it.
know
It's
he's in the Chevrolet car.
yeah. Well, no. So he's sponsored by Ram Dodge,
Yeah.
but Dodge doesn't have a nose. They don't have a body for the stock car, and so it is.
Let me see.
That's hilarious.
I did not see that.
I didn't. That's funny.
You
But,
can say midget.
anyway,
Wow.
we're
I
gonna
mean,
get,
all
I
the
mean-
things we've said on this podcast, you can't say midget.
Well,
I just like
anyway.
you use little guy.
We've said midget on
We're
the
not hating.
podcast. We talk about midget racing all the
Yeah.
time.
Cars.
Anyway, he spun
That's
out.
cool,
His
though, I
body
will
was
say.
a Chevrolet, but they taped it off. But you can still clearly see the Chevrolet emblem. So I called it a Ram Relay.
Yeah,
So I thought it
had
was
a big ram on the hood.
Yeah, but anyway, no, that's hilarious. I did not know that.
That is funny. Anyway,
Uh.
and it's funny because it's Minnie driving the car. That makes it even funnier.
Yep.
But you wouldn't say that he wasn't worthy of that spot, even though he underperformed compared to who you're saying is not worthy of the spot.
Right.
Seat
I get
time
it.
is seat time is seat time.
Yeah.
To an extent, I realize that discipline. I mean,
I think he's talented enough. He'll figure it out. I'm not saying that. It's just
well, the other part of that is Travis Pastrana is also in the same field in a truck. He's one of the greatest drivers to ever live. He's driven. There's no telling how many hours he spent racing in races. And yet Cletus outperformed him up until he spun out.
yeah.
I mean, he
Well,
outperformed him on qualifying. He outperformed him in practice.
Yeah. See, Travis is kind of another example. I mean, again, when you start getting in the oval track stuff, it's a different discipline. Thanks for giving me the word. It's a different discipline. And so he doesn't get in there and show out, and he's got good equipment. But with a little seat time, he'd figure it out.
Yeah.
He just need to do it, a lot. He
That's
just gotta
right.
Get in there and do it
I
quite a
mean,
bit.
Tony Stewart didn't qualify as good as those boys did. And he's got how many hours
Man.
of
Yeah.
of stock car oval track?
Well, okay.
Now he's old.
Now hold on.
He's out of the game.
When it comes to the speed, though, and qualifying and things, I don't put that on the driver very much. The only thing he's got to do is leave pit road at a decent time, and then the rest of it, he just
Well,
holds it wide
you
open.
gotta
and holds
you gotta
it around
stay you gotta stay on that yellow line. You can't get off at the quickest way
Speaking of
around
which,
the track.
speaking of about holding it wide open, I don't need to get off topic too much, but did you see the Fords they were lifting 10% and they were faster in qualifying?
They were
That was
they're
weird.
held at 10%. So the drivers weren't lifting 10%, but they were
They
held
just
at
held it.
10. Ford put that happened in the dyno room. Ford
Yeah.
found out that air
Yeah.
flows better across their Venturis.
Yeah.
Whatever
thought
they've
that
got
was
in
neat.
there. It's weird, but
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Ford does
if
some
you
stuff
can-
with the engines, man.
If you can manipulate airflow to make a gain, do it.
Yeah, Ford, remember the FR9 engine that come out like 15 years ago, man? They were running like 300 degrees and they were running them things hot because they said they made more power. So I don't
Yep.
remember why they were doing that. But anyway, anything else to add on Cletus?
No, I mean, I just Tanner Holmes changed my mind. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
I don't
good.
care how he goes and performs, like whatever with all that. It's
So
like
you're
he's
going to be watching
bringing.
all his content now?
I have watched some of it. I haven't watched it all, but
Are you going to be
I'll
walking around
watch.
saying brother?
No, I won't. Never. No, I won't be repeating anything he says.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'll go
You
watch
should.
some more of
You
it.
totally should.
I'll go watch some more of it.
Whenever you win a race this year, because you
No.
will, you're going to get out. Sal's flying like a bald
Never.
eagle around there.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Come on.
I
No.
do think
Hey,
last
you
year.
also said you'd never have Crocs, and guess what?
Well, I
Now
never.
you got
I
it.
haven't wore them. They're underneath the closet where the spiders
You
can
also
go.
said you'd
go
never
live.
have TikTok, and guess who has
Well,
TikTok?
I post all my racing clips on TikTok. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I got.
And then you send me funny videos.
Well, I do
so
watch
you
funny
be
videos,
scrolling.
Yeah, I do watch some funny stuff. There is funny stuff on it.
Never say never. Never say never. All right, Xfinity race.
I didn't see any of it.
You didn't see
No
any-
other
anything about
storyline
it.
in the truck race. The
What?
best finish of the weekend. You're not even going to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
was
right.
the best finish of the weekend.
Dude, I get ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
We can
I
go
had a
on
bad-
though.
I had a
didn't
There
watch-
was
I didn't
nothing
watch-
else happened. Actually, that was the cleanest race of the weekend.
It actually was, believe it or not.
I'm telling y'all, it's the best NASCAR series out there.
It is the most fun to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is good. But
They
the
did-
finish was good.
Did a good job. There doesn't appear to be anybody that's just ultra standout. At least not on the. I know Daytona's not the best way to look at that, but Corey Haim pretty much ran the show last year, almost every race.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't. Even with even Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell, they didn't just run over everybody in there. They were racing. Was it Spire? Were they Spire cars? I don't know. I can't remember what car. No, they're not Spire. I can't remember. It doesn't
can't
matter.
remember.
They have good equipment though, and they weren't running over everybody.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good race.
Well,
4 wide finish.
yeah. It was. It was pretty entertaining. Finish was. But
Yep, clean.
But the next part, the Xfinity race I wanted to get into was good old females. I know how much you like them female racers.
Oh, that is the
We
only
got-
thing I did see from.
we-
the
Hold on, don't talk
Xfinity
bad
got
about
her.
all the females. Isabella Robusto was
I
on
know.
the way to
I'm
having
just
a
saying.
good race.
We've already called out the good ones. I'm just saying. I know how much you like to talk about them.
She was. That's another one I'll defend too. 'Cause she was at. She didn't finish. They had mechanical
Yeah, I'm about to
failure.
say they broke. So did Taylor.
Yeah, and they broke. Like at a. She was running 10th,
Yeah.
and that car had a battery issue and
Yeah.
kept them from finishing. She would have finished probably in the top
I was gonna
10
say she would have finished.
unless
up
she
there.
got taken out by something dumb.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, them high dollar cars.
demolition derby out there.
Yeah. But yeah, Isabella got up there and led laps.
She did.
Yeah, I mean she did a really good
Held
job.
her own.
Yeah. Yeah. But one certain girl that went shirtless.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
There's a
going
lot
on
of stuff.
surrounding
the
her.
podcast.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, the picture of her. What's that guy's
Bert-
name? Bert.
Bert Kreischer,
The
the most unfunny
comedian.
comedian.
He wears
in the world.
He don't have a shirt when he's.
He never got.
on
Whenever he
stage.
goes on stage, he pulls his shirt off, and so she
Huh.
took a picture and she pulled her driving suit down and had a bra on, and it was just
Took a
her in a
picture.
bra.
Oh, so she's
With him
selling
was-
herself out.
Yeah.
Poor.
Well, then everybody in the comments was dragging her about that. It's like if you were my wife, like, I wouldn't be. I'd kick you out. And
That's a fact.
she replied back and said it was his idea. So.
Oh, of course.
So yeah,
Of
so
course.
she replied back and said it was his idea for her to do that.
Yeah, I probably would have said
And-
the same thing.
And then I think I showed y'all the clip when she was on with Matt Tiff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that was the
she
cringiest.
she says she's like, I was 14 and I saw him in line and he had this hockey hat on or something. And I was like, I wonder if that's a hockey player and a race car driver. She was like, my dad was like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, well, if he is, that's going to be my future husband. And she said something to him and he replied back and said, call me when you're 18. I think he was 18 at the time, but still, it was like, I mean, where do you draw that? If he's 32, yeah, it's a little more creepier, but
Yeah.
still, she's 14 and he was 18 at the time. And she was like, and so when I turned 18, I sent him a picture of my butt with like, basically she was saying ass out. And he was like, oh, cool. And then we got together from that point on, and that was getting passed around everywhere. It was like,
Ugh.
and Matt Tiff even says in the clip, he's like, I'm pretty sure that's grooming. Yeah, that's grooming. And he still posted it. And then everybody started dragging him, and he
Oh,
took it
my
off
goodness.
of Twitter, but it was still on Facebook. He took it off of Twitter. But yeah, she got a bunch of flack for that before the race even started. And then the race incident happens, and then she's just like, she had a rough day for sure. And then on
She brought it on
smoked
herself.
Sam Baker.
and then
Like,
Brought it on
dude.
herself.
Oh
then-
my goodness.
Oh, then one more thing to finish it off. On Sunday, she posted she was doing an autograph signing. She had her suit on and she was at this little booth doing an autograph signing. So I went to the comments, and the comments were hilarious. One of them was like, will your shirt be on? One of them said, please don't hit me when I walk up. They were just talking so much
Yeah.
crazy stuff in the comments.
But you know what, y'all? I was looking at I don't remember which post of hers I was looking at, but you know how hard it is to get the following, get the likes, get the shares, the comments, getting people involved and stuff.
You should take your shirt off in the next picture.
Maybe I should.
I told you,
She had over 1,000
yeah,
people.
like I told
liking
you,
that
it's
post.
all, if you go click on some of the profiles, like old, horny, ugly dudes. It's all it is. And oh, you're so beautiful. I'm like, oh, you're so
God,
cringe.
that's
And so
disgusting.
that's all it is. It's all it is
Yeah.
old creepy dudes
But
on
there's
there.
hundreds of comments, bunch of shares on all her posts.
Did y'all listen
It's
to
insane.
her in-car audio after the wreck?
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
was just as
did hear
cringy as the
that.
podcast.
She blamed it on
Can we play it?
Sam Mayer.
Can we play it? Just so, like, because there might be somebody that
Half our audience didn't even watch this Xfinity race.
well, they should listen to it though. Like,
So
I think we
just
should
to
listen
give y'all
it.
some background, there's a big spin out, and Sam Mayer.
Yeah.
I mean, his car got destroyed. He got caught up in it, but he got destroyed. He had a fast car. Would have been contending at the end of the race. He was contending the whole beginning of the race.
Mm.
Got destroyed in this thing. No brakes, no anything. So he ends up like slow rolling up the track. Super slow. The wreck was done. His car was the only thing in motion on the track. And here comes Miss Natalie. In her in-car audio before, the spotter saying, slow down, slow down, slow down. She don't slow down at all. Smokes him, tears her car up.
Destroys it.
Completely destroys the car. And then hops on the radio talking bad about Sam Mayer.
What did Carson
like-
Ellis say? Said she had 3 business days to get
Just
stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, there were no other cars on the scene, and then like she's Lightning McQueen running the top line around.
I seen people comment, and they were saying, "So you're blaming the guy that had no brakes, his
No front end.
hood was in front of his windshield, had oil everywhere, but you're gonna blame that guy?"
He might not even have been conscious. Who knows?
It was something like, oh my gosh, that hurt. What a freaking idiot.
I don't think she said, "Oh my gosh."
No,
I
she
think
didn't.
she dropped about
I'm not gonna
45
say
F-bombs in there.
It was rough. If we get it, we'll play it. I mean, we won't have the video. I wait one day when I have enough time, if ever, I'll figure out how to do that. I'll be able to put the video up there where people can see it. But we can pull the audio up maybe. But it makes me want to rip my ears off because she's there for all the wrong reasons.
Why did she even have a seat? Like in the old days, I used to keep up with her when I was a kid because we were almost the same age, and I would like to meet a girl that drove a race car.
Yeah.
Never did. Thank God.
Glad
Glad I have the wife I have.
Yeah.
But back then it was like she was just an up and coming racer. She was normal. Now it just seems like she's trying to relive the glory days or something.
Yeah.
I mean, not even competitive.
Yeah. Her like many others. Amber Balkan's another one. Who was another one? There's several.
I'd say
there's like an OnlyFans girl that races road course racing. Did you know that?
I did not. I'm not on OnlyFans, Brandon.
I'm not on OnlyFans either. But in that interview, she was talking about how they were trying to get OnlyFans to sponsor her. NASCAR said no, absolutely not. And then she said something about there was a few months later, I can't remember how long she said it was, looked up and there was a girl racing road course racing, had OnlyFans on her car. And anyway, and yeah.
Well, as many times as I'm on NASCAR's back whipping on them, thank goodness that they had more sense than
because
that.
we don't need that crap.
No.
It's already bad enough.
Yeah,
So
I mean, people already have a problem with nicotine and alcohol sponsored cars.
What
do you think I'm going to do with that? I mean, it's not a lot. It's not the majority of fans. There's a sect of fan that doesn't want to see Traveler whiskey on the track on Sunday.
Yeah,
or any other brand of.
That's kind of odd. I mean, alcohol's been around since they started
inception.
This stuff. I mean, yeah,
it has to do with the inception of it. I'm not saying alcohol's a good idea or anything.
Right.
But just because it's there doesn't mean.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, play it. Put it up to your. She's just whining.
Yeah.
It's so annoying to listen to. It's a bad look.
Well, yeah, like when you have the female, like Carson Elledge comes out against you, like that says something there. Like she's not just saying all females gotta stick together. Like this was a bad look for all females. Like like we talked about being modest. Like that's what two things I like about Jade and Kaylee Bryson is they're both very modest
Kaylee
on
Bryson's a really good
on
one, too.
social media. It's like they're very modest on social media. They're not out, just throwing it all out there and
Yeah.
stuff. And that's what I mean. Carson Hill's just like, I'm
Well,
team girl, but I can't, I
Yeah.
can't co-sign this.
It
Yeah.
just takes away. It devalues them so much. I mean, she's almost objectifying herself
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, I guess she is objectifying herself.
Yeah.
Isn't that what women talk about men doing is objectifying them, and then they're going out here and doing
Yeah.
that just to get what they want?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I'm telling
More
you.
respect to Jade.
Yeah. Absolutely. She's talented, and like I said, Kaylee Bryson.
I can't wait to see her. She needs to get a ride up. I mean, if she's doing that good this early in her late model, super late
Yeah.
career, somebody needs to be looking at getting her an ARCA car pretty soon.
Yeah. I see Kaylee Bryson. To me, I think she'll go pretty far too. She's got the backing, and I mean, she's getting rides left and right. She races everything, but she'll be another one that goes, I think, pretty far as long as she keeps that money coming.
Yep.
But yeah, Natalie Decker, you're on the board.
Yeah, she's on the
Big
board.
time.
I don't know if
Big.
y'all can see the board. I don't know if the contrast is good enough.
Yeah,
or
you
not.
can kind of you can see it. I got the camera up
I guess
here.
I should probably move it a little bit this way.
There you go. Yeah, you can see it. But anyhow, all right. Any more on the
Saturday
Xfinity race?
or Sunday.
Anything else on the Xfinity
You don't want to
race?
say anything about
No.
Austin Hill?
No, I'm good.
No, we're over the.
I'm over that
Xfinity
guy.
race.
Yeah, he smoked him.
I'm
not
over that
not a
guy.
huge fan, but he is a heck of a race car driver on those super
Sunday. What'd you think of the race, Mr. NASCAR?
So should I lump in the Kenny conversation thing? So I've thought it was fine. I had no issue with the race. I did see people like talking about this fuel mileage race sucks, this race sucks, blah blah blah. And then I heard Kenny Wallace talking about it today on his Coffee with Kenny, and he said, some of the fuel mileage thing that got played up so big, he said if you didn't tell them about it, your fans wouldn't even know the difference.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me is because we had a sleeping baby, so I had the volume off. I didn't even know that was happening. It just looked like three wide racing all the way around the track. I didn't know until like the last 20 or so laps when they told your guy to go 80% or 70% when he was up front. That was the first time I'd heard they were even kind of like backpedaling.
I hope you're talking about Corey.
Corey
Haim.
Haim.
Yeah, Corey Haim.
Okay, there was three guys up front.
Yeah,
I was making
Corey.
Sure you had
Yeah,
the right
I
one.
said your guy, Corey Haim.
I'm making sure you weren't associating me
We
with
all
somebody
know.
else.
No,
We
so,
all know.
and so that was-
Mine's Larson. Yours is Corey.
and so so that was the first time I even had got a glimpse of that. It was people were backing off the throttle. Couldn't even tell because I had no
Yeah.
volume on. So that kind of stuck with me because if they didn't tell them, then you wouldn't know the difference. But
Right.
they give you all the data.
Unless you're watching lap times.
And yeah, so they give you all the data and stuff, so it's in your face and you
They
can
were 3
see it that
seconds
way.
off.
A fan cannot look at that and know.
Yeah,
oh,
you
that
wouldn't
car
be
was 3
watching.
seconds
Yeah,
slower
you
that
wouldn't
time.
know.
Yeah,
They have no idea.
I saw some footage from the show, like from the stands. I couldn't tell. When you get in that part of the race, like everybody has that part of the race where you're just watching the racing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on. It really doesn't matter. We got 100 more laps left, but there's no sense in me getting up and yelling every time my driver runs by. Dirt track folks may not understand that because, if you got 7 laps to do your thing, you got to be rolling.
I was gonna say, to be fair, we only go around there like 30 times.
Yeah, so it's a little different. But when you're in that, when you're running 2.5 miles a lap and you're running for 50
you're
seconds
running
a lap,
200 laps.
or
There's
6
no
I think
need
it's-
to stand up every lap.
yeah, I think it was 46 seconds was their fast lap. 46
Mhm,
something was
yeah.
their fast lap time. That's a long time to stand up and watch a race. So I saw some videos of that when they were 3 wide and doing their fuel saving, and they didn't look like they were hyped up. But at the same time, they've been racing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Might
It's
I,
hot. The sun's beaming down on all these folks.
might I bring up the fact that they used to ride around the top single file?
Cannot forget that.
It was.
Cannot forget that.
I mean,
And that was
they did
stupid.
they did it for 100 laps or a little more
Well, then you see
every
the,
time.
the other thing that I haven't seen a lot of people talking about, those 3 front runners didn't change very much, but from 2 rows back was shuffling nonstop. And I know everybody talks about how they were sitting still. I think Joey Logano is the only one that kind of defended the racing. That it's just the strategy that goes. You can't really pass for the lead at Daytona because the cars have so much drag.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to pass on pit road.
You got to
so
have
you
a big
do
run too. I
you
mean, if
gotta
you're
have a
going to
big
pass on
run,
track, you better have a big run.
but when you have all the cars, I think I kept hearing that every single car was within 1.5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can make that up.
From first, I think it was from first to the last car on the lead lap, there was like 1.8 seconds. And I mean, in that pack.
Yeah, at the beginning of the race, they had a diagram up that was talking about fuel consumption. They said if the leader of the pack, when the leader of the pack is running, he's running at 5 miles per gallon. The back of the pack, or I think 7 cars back, they're burning 6.5. They're going 6.5 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
That equates to 2 seconds different on pit road when it comes to fill up time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I remember all those numbers, but I do. 9 seconds for the guy in the front takes 9 seconds to fill up. The guy in the back takes 7 seconds to fill up.
Yeah.
Well, if there's 1.5 separating the back from the front, you know what that means? This guy back here just won off pit road by a half a second.
And talking about the fuel savings, I don't have a problem with it. It's just part of the strategy of it.
That's right.
Wasn't it Kenny Wallace? I listened to the same thing you did. Kenny said, well, the Indy 500 is all about fuel savings. So as soon as they drop the green, they're saving fuel.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing the same
70% throttle.
I don't mind fuel mileage racing. I just what I do mind is not being able to race when you have fuel. So like Michael McDowell saved all that fuel and was able, they said he was able to get to win the race had he been able to drive.
That was interesting to me when he was way out front. I was like, are they going to be able to run him down? Which maybe so. I thought that was kind of interesting. Part of it was he was going to try to ride it out.
Part of what makes that kind of racing fun to me is the strategy. That's what makes it fun to me.
But the thing that I don't like about it is that if you were behind, if you went and got fuel and came back out behind Michael, there's no chance of you passing that guy basically at all. I mean, if he does his job perfect, you're not passing him. You're not passing him. You can't break free. Nobody can come from anywhere. You're stuck where you come out. If you're all going balls to the wall, those cars have no variation. You're just planting your foot and the leaders are planting their foot. Everybody else is trying to make sure that they're driving well. That's it. The cars don't ever get unsettled.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's still a car issue.
Yeah, I would like it to be. I love fuel mileage racing.
Yeah, I do too.
I love the strategy aspect of it. What I don't love is that when you get to the end, none of these storylines mesh. Like you cannot drive your way back up to the front.
Yeah,
you're
not going to have any more. Even Kenny said that too. He said you're not going to have any more 18 the first Dale Jr. stories.
Kyle Busch had one of the best cars on track, and he was riding sub 20. You know what he did on the last lap?
What was it?
He let off the gas. He and Connor Zilic were running around the track at the same time. He fell back into 30 something. The wreck happened on the inside. He just tootled around the top. Finished 15th. And his in-car audio, he said, I'm not racing into the wreck. I'm going to sit back and wait.
The race last year, the 500 last year, William was like 12th or something when they took the green, and he come around 2 laps later and was leading it. So, I mean, it's not always. It can still work out.
It can, but when you're doing that pack racing, there's no chance. I haven't listened to all of Actions Detrimental today. Denny was starting to get into it where I had to check out, but
Kenny Wallace kind of
his words are about it.
Kenny Wallace kind of touched on. I guess he had maybe seen it or knew about it, but Kenny Wallace touched on a little bit. He said that Denny Hamlin said that scrap the Clash at the Bowman Gray, go to Daytona for the Clash, and he was mentioning taking the spoilers off. And unhooking the cars so they're not so dug into the track. That was kind of what he wants to try to see happen, fixed. But then I thought about that, and I was like, honestly, I don't even think these drivers now could even handle them if they took the spoilers off of them. Because they don't race. Because I was thinking about old Daytona 500s. I don't remember
shots. So
I don't remember like the racing being like that back in the 2000s and the 90s. It's like you take the spoilers off of these guys now. Like you think you saw a crash fest then? You're really going to have a crash fest if you unhook them.
I don't think you do because I don't think they're riding together.
Well, back then.
Well, that's what he kind of did say.
Yeah.
He did say that you would have like 2 cars separate, or they wouldn't
Tony
be.
and Dale, like when Dale won the 500, he was.
Yeah,
gone.
he said they would have to back in his day, he was saying like we'd go down there, we'd be tight, or the ass would get around. You had to kind of back out of it, then that would let people get away. So you weren't in the tight packs, which that's a fair point.
If you're riding into those corners, and they don't have to unload them all the way where they can't ride in the pack. I know they want the show of all these cars riding together, but if you could loosen them up just a little bit where you're not just running flat out in the corner, like that car could step out and you do need to let out going in the corner. I mean, that creates racing.
I think one of the things that really hurt it too, though, is if you go back and watch the old races like we're talking about, the reason handling was such a problem is because of the surface. It was real old, it was real rough, real bumpy, and it was just throwing them around. And so they couldn't get on top of each other. The only thing I had to compare it to is iRacing, and like you can get in there and run the old car on the old surface, like they had scanned it before they repaved it, and you cannot get close to each other because you'll sit there and bounce around and hop into each other. Like you can't go up there and just start shoving somebody because you'll just dump him, and because he'll probably get a little tight or get a little free just going across the ruts.
Yeah,
and so I think it's just going to take a little while, but once the track gets a lot more age to it, heck, it's been they repaved it in 2012.
It may not, just because of technology has gotten so good.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I mean, a rough track has its place. I don't think I want it to be Daytona. I think
it used to be awesome.
I want it to be smooth. I want them to be running wide open. I want them to run 200 miles an hour. I want them to be able to draft. I want all those things. So I don't think that they need to make a massive change. I don't want to go back to the days where you get paired up and you just run everywhere. But I do want to go back to days where you get paired up and you can race.
Yeah, but you know what makes good racing, though, is not holding it wide open when you have to lift.
I know.
That's what makes good racing, is having to lift.
But you can still, when you're talking about Daytona, you can still go wide open and create variation by having to lift. Like I just said that a few minutes ago. But the point is, you still want to go wide open around Daytona. You still want to go 200 miles an hour. Still want to have this. You just want to create. If a car is really good, if the crew gets the car perfect, maybe you hold that thing all the way through the corner. That's your race winner right there. What are the chances that they get 30 cars set up perfect? You don't.
Yeah.
You get one or two.
Yeah.
And then those guys get to race for it. But I saw two things that really hit me hard. One, on that Michael McDowell and Carson Hostfar. Carson Hostfar gets a bad rap, but man, I told you last night, watching him defend behind Michael McDowell and drive behind him and be his support car reminded me of 2001.
Yeah, man.
It hit. I mean, I don't know if it's just because everybody's talking about Dale all day long yesterday or what, but man, the way he drove for a guy that's 3 years in and has the reputation that he has, the Hurricane.
Yeah.
That was the best driving I think he's ever done I've seen.
I think it was you that shared the article. I did not know this was Dale Earnhardt's last transmission on the radio, but did you know he said, "Look at them guys go"? Talking about Michael and Dale Jr. I did not know that.
Yep.
All these years. When I heard that, I thought, oh man, that hurts.
The other part that hit was when Riley Herbst came up and pushed Tyler Reddick to the lead. Now I know that's getting a lot of flack because nobody thinks Tyler Reddick should have won that race.
Who says that?
A lot of people on the internet are saying who's going to win? You didn't even lead one lap of the race, or the one lap you led was the one.
The Chaz was pumped about it, though.
He was, wasn't he? What did he say? We're 100 airs or something. I guess he was betting on it, and Tyler won, and he said, we gotta go by 4 Bud Light. Just going nuts. I'll tell you what aggravates me the most is I feel like NASCAR over the off season, they've made a lot of good decisions. Think about it. Even the time of the race the other day, they moved it up to 12:30 their time. And if they don't do that, the race probably gets canceled or stopped because it rained. Cut short because of rain. They're making a lot of good decisions.
Consistent flagging
Consistent
all
flagging?
weekend.
That was one thing I did like is all weekend they let them race it out, like truck
Yeah.
race. They let them
Yep,
race
as
it
long
out.
as it wasn't in the track.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
They
like
weren't throwing a
because
flag.
in the
loved it.
past they've crashed out in 1 and 2, and then they'll throw the yellow. And
Yeah.
then you had
Carson would have won the race had they done it like the past.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not because I guess he's the one that
He was
spun out and
wrecked,
caused
but
it.
it was much
but,
better to watch them let
Ricky
her race
Stenhouse
it
Jr.
out.
actually would've got the win
Because
on
when
that
it happened, I was like, Ricky's going to win again. I just knew they were going to throw the caution because he was out front, and they let it go. I was like, well, I like that way better than throwing the caution.
I will say this too. Nobody's talking about Ricky's run. Ricky finished second.
Yeah.
When they showed him after Carson Hostfar, Michael McDowell left the chat, he was leading, right? Well, he got smoked. Like everybody on either side of him had runs going, and he disappeared out of the screen. And next thing you know, he's got everybody's talking about Brad Keselowski's run because Riley Herbst had a run and got into him and killed him. And everybody's talking about Tyler Reddick's run. Everybody's talking about Chase Elliott getting put in the wall and this and that. Nobody's talking about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just, I don't know where his run came from, but he had one and he was coming.
Yeah. It was a good finish, and I where I was going with that was like I'm disappointed because it's like, race fans are just relentless. They're so unforgiving because it's like no matter what good they've done, they still get trashed like all over social media.
Oh, one more favorite thing about the day.
Nuts.
I forgot about this too. I'm glad you said that. Did y'all see the national anthem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I actually didn't get to listen to it, but I heard it.
Man, it was good. I cannot remember the guy's name, or I think he was in airport. He was a guy from the military that came out to sing the national anthem, and it wasn't none of that junk.
Yeah,
it was just a good old fashioned.
Yeah, somebody actually
by the book,
sang it correctly.
National anthem.
Yeah.
It made me proud.
Yeah, that's good.
It made me very proud.
Yeah, the finish I thought was good. I think Tyler deserves it. There's no,
I do too.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. He's well deserved.
If you're going to be up front at the end of the race, it don't matter how many laps
he finished second last year. He's won a July race there. I mean, it's not like it.
And he's won. Well, I don't know if it's July, but for sure Talladega. So he's won. Yeah. He's won some.
Yeah, he's won super speedway.
Some super speedway races.
Why he wouldn't be deserving? Doesn't make any sense.
Probably because Chase Elliott didn't win.
Yeah,
honestly,
probably. So I do think it's ironic because I think Jeff Gluck posted on Twitter something about how it's kind of ironic how everybody that was involved in that lawsuit, won this past weekend against NASCAR. So Front Row wins the truck race, and RCR wins the Xfinity race or O'Reilly Series now, and Denny Hamlin's car wins the Cup race. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yep, a little karma.
Yeah, a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I thought it was good. I don't have any problems with it. I thought it was great, honestly.
I thought it was too. I mean, it can be better, but I really enjoyed watching it. And the last. I hate to see Rex at the end, but
yeah,
I was pumped up. I had to leave the room. I was not at home watching. I was watching on my phone.
Yeah.
In the middle of a meeting, and I was like, "Hey, it's the last." I think it restarted with 5 laps or something like that. I'm like, "I'll be back in a little bit. I need 10 minutes." So I walked out and was watching that, and it was pretty pumped up.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get into news, one more thing, or our news. The Don Baskin Jackson Dragway. I wanted to touch on that real fast.
It came out of nowhere.
Kind of like it came out of nowhere. It was closing, and then it came out of nowhere. Oh, we're reopening. We're going to be bigger than ever. We're going to build a dirt track, and now we're back to closed again.
I think CRC released that. CRC Media released that last week.
Have you seen all that? Chris Russell and all them guys.
No, I haven't seen that.
I would be too if you sit in. I mean. I'll keep my opinions to myself. What? But you sit in an office.
Hey, but 17 of us here. What? Go ahead.
Well,
till we clip it.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it to myself.
Okay,
but
all right.
You sit in the office and you look across the man, and he tells you one thing, and then a week later, it's all shot to pieces.
I said that last week.
And it's all. I mean, he put a lot of money into that. There's a lot that's been going on, a lot of promoting money and all that has been going on in that track, and it's all gone. So.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It is.
It really is.
It's a shame that track's going away. I mean, I hope somebody that has the thick enough skin to deal with being a track owner buys that track.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm not a drag racer. That's not my thing. But I mean, I hate it because I feel for the folks that go to all these race tracks.
You don't want to see none of them go away.
Yeah, you don't want to see none of them go away. Well, you know how it feels. I-30 closing, man, broke my heart. It still bothers me because that was one of my favorite racetracks to go to, and you know, and then driving by on I-30 and seeing that it's completely flattened. There's nothing. I mean, no, you'd never know that there was ever a racetrack.
They didn't even build anything. They didn't even put nothing there. They just bought it and tore it down and just grass now.
Yeah, so like you'd never even know it, and it just makes you sick. So I mean, I hope that doesn't happen to these places.
Kind of makes me wonder if the guys with the IHRA are just putting on such a good program that nobody can keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, NHRA was tied in with that.
That was the weird part is like, oh, we got this partnership with NHRA. It's like, oh, it's going to come back. People are already closing Riverside. Jackson's going to shut them down.
Yeah.
And then
I never thought that.
Well, I mean,
I never thought that. I said it would be, you know, more competition.
No, I'm saying you go into the comment sections and you see that type of stuff, and then it's just shut down.
I see it
2 weeks later, you know, and it's just very strange how it all had. And then no explanation. All these accounts will be deleted
in 2 days
tomorrow or whenever. There's no explanation.
We're
not explaining this. Shutting it down and deleting everything.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a total.
That's not.
And turn the comments off so nobody could comment.
You know, if there was an explanation along with it, whether it made sense or not, I mean, at least you have something. I mean, a lot of people have really invested a lot in. I don't know, not like giving money, but y'all know how much it takes to get ready to go to a race.
Yeah.
Or to plan a year out and say, hey, I'm going to race here, here, and here. Or even if, like for us, Riverside, we're going to go race at Riverside X amount of times. I mean, it takes some financial commitment now to make that happen throughout the remainder of the year. And then all that's up and smoke. And like, I know I'm pretty sure one of those races I saw advertised was $100,000 to win race.
Yeah.
You know, you can't advertise that without backing it up. I mean, I guess you can. I guess a lot of people get in trouble for doing that. But
yeah. Well,
it's a big deal. It kind of hurts a lot of people have been calling me asking if I know anything. I'm like, sorry, I don't know anything. But
well, don't worry. If that's affecting you, don't worry. Maybe in a week or two, it'll probably open back again.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, look, this could just be a ploy. I don't know. The last time it was.
Yeah. So who knows? But all right. Well, is there anything else y'all want to touch on?
You want to do?
I'm gonna get
USAC. You're gonna do your breaking news.
I'm gonna do the break.
We need to get to the breaking news.
I'm gonna do the breaking news. What was the USAC deal?
Oh, I just want to give a shout out to Trey Osborne.
Oh yeah. Do that.
He won at Ocala, won his first USAC show. Mm-hmm. He's 6'8". If you don't know, he's massive, little skinny guy, but he's 6'8". And they put out that he had a 28-year-old Mopar engine, which I'm sure he's probably had some updating done to it, but still the block and stuff like that, 28 years old, and he probably paid a pretty cheap price for it. And then,
no car.
Yeah. He qualified. He qualified good every night. He was in the top 5 in qualifying every night, and then won the A main. The other features he kind of backed up a little bit, but he still had like really good runs. He takes his trailer. He's just got stuff piled all in it. He's broke down the road before going between races. And while they were waiting for somebody to come to repair the truck, he unloaded the car on the highway and just started maintenancing it for the next racetrack because he just wanted to get there when he could. And so, I like that type of spirit.
Yeah.
And his little shop
is cool.
It's a shop that probably half of this right here, and he's got stuff piled all in it. And he works on the motors, like he's fixed the motor issues himself, and he works real hard at it. And it was just cool to see him go down to Florida and get that win.
He's one of the good guys. It's good to see somebody like that
people
win.
That work hard, truly love it, willing to sacrifice,
and can actually come out on top. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah,
you're usually going to get beat by money, but.
Yeah, and Ocala, I got to give a shout out to Ocala too, because every USAC night was really good. I don't know if you've ever seen an above shot of Ocala, but it's shaped like a pear.
Yeah.
So like 1 and 2 is really sweeping, and 3 and 4 just pinches off like this.
Yeah.
And the line just like, especially the back straightaway, how it kind of arcs. That's where you can make a lot of time. Like, Justin Grant on the final night, he was entering high, and Bakeman like entered middle, and he would wash up to the straightaway, and Bacon would stay on the outside. Well, then Grant would diamond down. He would get a massive run. Like the line was just changing. Like every night, it would just change all the time.
Yeah.
Made every race pretty well, except the first night when Trey Osborne won. It was pretty hammered down, but every other night it was pretty slick, and they were the groove changed all race. And so, shout out to Bubba the Love Sponge and Ocala. That was a good racing.
Heck yeah. Well, good deal. Are we ready for it now?
Play it.
Here's the breaking news. Everybody, call your friends real quick. Get the views back up
Get
there.
everybody log in.
5:30. The breaking news is coming.
All right. Well, real quick, I do want to mention something else before we do it. And
Oh my goodness!
no, it's not gonna take long.
What a tease!
My wife is writing a book. We've brought this up before. It's Ashes Beneath the Altar, and it is.
She said he can't race until.
Yeah. Her website is about to go up. You can start pre-ordering the book pretty soon. We'll let y'all know when that goes up. She's pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, I'll be telling y'all all about that, and we'll post about it on our socials, and we'll have that link so you can go in there and pre-order the book. But we're gonna get to the good stuff now. So you obviously everybody watching knows that we were selling all our sprint car stuff, and some things kind of came up, and I decided I wanted to go a different route. And don't hate on my video. I worked pretty hard on this.
Just play it.
But anyway, here's what we're doing in 2026.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
So that's it. I've been dying to say it, but now that it's finally out there. So yes, 2026, we're going late model sportsman racing. The timing was kind of perfect. I had kind of I don't know. I was really cool. I really wasn't having much fun in the sprint car stuff anymore. There was a lot of things that had kind of happened, and I'd been questioning a lot of things about it, honestly. And I don't know. I was already kind of having my doubts as to whether or not I wanted to keep doing it. And so the day that IHRA came out and said, hey, we're going to have a stock car series, I perked up immediately because I've always wanted to race on asphalt. I know that makes Brad so happy. I know that makes Perky so happy. But that's just what I've always been into. I mean, clearly, me and Bo talk about it all the time.
Yeah, y'all just get a little taste. Stop.
Poor Brad, he might quit. He's probably going to get sick of us.
If it weren't for
It'll only be once a month you can talk about your results. It'll only be once a month you can talk about your race weekend.
Yeah, so it is once a month. The schedule's once a month. We plan to try to make every event. It doesn't mean we're going to. We got to get the finances straightened out. But yeah, that's the plan. We like I said, when I saw the news, I really thought, I'm 30 years old. I've always wanted to race on asphalt. I've always wanted to go that route and try it. And I got to talking to Dad a little bit about it, and I just said, what if we just sold everything? Let's just get rid of everything and go see what we can do on that deal. And at first, I could tell he wasn't so bought in, but the more I learned about it, the more I told him. I remember we were eating at Longhorn for Caden's birthday, and this was back December 17th. And at dinner, we're sitting there reading about the rules. We're sitting there reading about everything they're posting, and started studying it. And even he got kind of excited about it. It's like, yeah, I think I'd like to do this too. So we're all pretty excited about it, except for Brad. And and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to make some laps in it.
This is kind of the equivalent, like me always dream about running a 410 sprint car. This is kind of like your equivalent.
Yeah.
You grew up or like a NASCAR fan. It's how you got introduced to it. So like,
Yeah.
this is kind of like you getting to live your dream out, being on the asphalt deal.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I kind of fell out of love with racing for the last, like I said, and then not really. I don't know. Just something was just kind of missing this past year. And, I don't know, when that series kind of popped up, I thought, man, that's it. And I don't know, I'm back better than ever. I love it just as much as ever, if not more. I'm probably more excited about this than whenever we first brought a sprint car home. So, yep, that's it. But I'm pretty excited.
Go fire it up so I can hear it.
Go fire it up.
Go fire it up right now.
I would, but I think Dad'd get mad at me.
It's for the views,
For the
man.
views. Well, I promise you, we're gonna put some stuff out. Y'all are gonna see it. The first time I get to drive it, I'm planning on having cameras, and y'all are gonna see me
Put it in the wall.
Put it in the wall or stuck at it. I may. That's another thing. Like I don't know how this is gonna go for me. I have no idea.
The
I
only
don't know
thing
if
that
it's
worries
gonna be
me,
good or not.
I'll go ahead and say it live on the air so we get it all out there. The only thing that worries me is to know where the edge is at. You got to stick your foot over it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So you got to find that edge. If you can't find where the car's edge is at, you'll never be able to run on it.
Yeah.
So at some point, you have to get that thing a little bit loose to know where it's at.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that makes me a little nervous.
Well, that's
But
Well, the only thing I would ask is setup wise, like, you gonna hire a crew chief? You're always gonna try and figure it
we
out.
hired
That's
a crew
where
chief already.
that's where I
his name's David Haynes.
was
Super Dave.
saying, I was just thinking, like, you boast about finding the edge. Well, you really don't know what it's going to do because you don't have an idea about setting it up.
Yeah.
So it might take you a minute to want to go find that edge.
So we
Don't get any strategy on there.
we've already been in contact with Hedgecock. That's who builds the chassis, and Brian and all those guys, real nice guys. They've already talked to us a little bit about that. They're gonna be at the first race, so I feel like we'll have some pretty good guidance there. But we got to go put the car on the pull down rig and get everything straightened out. We don't even have shocks yet because they haven't made them yet. They're still working. I say that today's the 16th.
I'm about to say they
Probably any day
yeah.
now. Yeah. They should be done with them according to everything I heard. But they moved. The Memphis was scheduled originally for October. Well, they put Rockingham there now.
You get to go to the Rock, baby.
Get to go to the Rock. That's pretty cool.
That's major.
And they moved Memphis to August. So we're gonna get to go to Memphis in August, and that's what I'm really excited about.
I'm really excited about that. Everybody, all of our friends are gonna be there. So
yeah, I hope so. I hope they come out.
Looking at you.
I hope they do.
Everybody have a Let Her Eat shirt on.
Are you gonna go?
What date is it?
August 22nd, I think.
I think that's the same night as Queen's Royal, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Or I thought Queen's Royal was the 15th.
You want to double
Queen's
up?
Royal is the 22nd or the 29th, one of the two.
I thought it was the 15th.
If we still have the 410, you want to double up that day?
No. Nope, I don't. And I hope we don't have the 410. But yeah, so that's it. I've been about to bust to tell everybody, but I'm pumped. I'm excited. And that's not how the car is going to look. I just threw some numbers on it. We're still working out some other things, but anyway, anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Bo's analysis real quick, because I was watching the Rodman rundown, and he was doing like a preview for the high limit season, and he did Jason Pursley, and one thing like really caught my eye here. He gave a list of stats. He had 50 starts. 1 win, 7 top 5s, 23 top 10s, 12 laps led. His average qualifying position was 7.3, which, that helps you start up front.
Mm-hmm.
Average finish was a 12.7. But the biggest thing was his plus minus in the features was a minus 96 in the A mains, which means he started up front and went to the back a lot. I was like, well, Bo's observation was correct.
I'm telling you.
Can't
He's
argue
very observant. Oh, and by the way, we didn't even say that you're going to be the spotter.
Yep. I'm the tire guy, the spotter.
No, you're not the tire guy no more.
I got to run off the spotter stand down. If we got any pits or anything, I got
That's another thing. We really need you to come to these things because right now, so say we go out there and run into somebody because that's very likely. Because the nose is like 12 feet out there, and I'm not used to that. But say we get some fender damage, and I got to pull down pit road. Dad's the only
one man show at the moment.
Bo's up there eating ice cream. You got that thing fixed yet? You know. So we need some free help to come to these things and maybe tape up a nose or a fender or something. I've been watching a lot of car store races, just studying, watching when I can. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
What you got? What about you?
That's it for me.
All right, sounds good. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We had like 21. Yeah, we had about 21 people watching. So there's 20 folks out there that got firsthand. They know it firsthand. But we appreciate y'all listening to us, tuning in. Please make sure y'all, if you haven't already subscribe to the channel. Get other people to subscribe to it. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, comment, give us your thoughts. Tell me if you think I'm gonna suck or not on the asphalt. Or hey, if you wanna come pit with us, if you wanna come crew a car, we might be needing some help. But
maybe
send
your application in. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah. But anyway, we appreciate it, y'all. Y'all have a good week, and we'll see y'all next week.
Let her eat.
Let her eat. Well, I'm trying to get it.